Today is Saturday, the 26th of June, 2021. I'm Keith War, and welcome to another episode of Homeless on the Space Coast. And today I'm being joined by, what is your name, sir?
David.
David, and what's your last name, David?
Aguayo.
Aguayo. And how do you spell that?
Aguayo.
Okay, and how old are you, David?
I'm 54.
54. And where are you from originally?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, okay. And when did you move here to Florida?
I moved here in 1982.
Okay. Oh, so you were a kid?
Practically, I was 16, 17, something like that.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. And when you first moved to the U.S., where did you first move?
Cimarron.
Is that here in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
436.
Okay. Oh, on Cimarron Road in Orlando.
In Orlando, yes.
Okay. And where else have you lived around the U.S.?
Well, I actually lived in Chicago. Other than that, just Chicago here in Puerto Rico. That's the only places I lived.
Yeah. And where did you graduate high school from?
Colonial.
Colonial. Oh, so here in Orlando, you graduated high school in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when you came here, did you speak any English?
I know English. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't too hard for you.
No, not really. No.
No. Okay. And what brought your family here? Like, how come you guys didn't stay in Puerto Rico?
Well, I guess we moved a lot in Puerto Rico. We moved from one place to another, and they decided to come over here because we had family here in Florida, and so they decided to come live over here.
What kind of work did your parents do?
They were my grandparents. They were
oh, your grandparents raised you?
Yeah. And they were retired.
Okay.
Yeah, they were retired.
And how about your mom and dad? Did you know them very well?
Yeah. I know my mom and dad. I seen them, but I never met them.
Is your mom still living today, and your grandparents?
My mom is. My grandparents. My grandfather's alive. My grandmother died. And I think my father's still alive.
Okay. And how about brothers and sisters? You have a big family, small family?
Yeah, I got a very big family, and they're all wealthy.
All wealthy. You're the only
But
poor
I'm
one.
not.
You're the only one.
I'm the only one here.
Okay, all right. So tell me, have you ever been married? Do you have any children?
I had never been married. I have a daughter and I have a son. And yeah, I've never been married.
And how old are they?
My daughter is 30 something years old, and my son is 14.
Oh, okay.
No, 15.
15.
He's
Wow.
15.
Wow. And when's the last time you had seen your children?
I see my daughter on Facebook most of the time. And my son, they're across. They're in, I think, Idaho. I think.
Okay.
Idaho, or what's the other one that I confuse all the time? I forget. Anyway.
Iowa, maybe?
Iowa, yeah, I think one of those places. And I talk to him every now and then on Instagram.
Okay. And so you told me you've been out here living in your van.
Yeah.
In Titusville.
Yeah.
So why is that? How did that happen?
Well, I had a trailer. And the rent was messing me up, and I'm pretty sure other people too. I sold it, and I decided to move in the van so I can see if I can find another place, that has, low rent. Because I started at $345, like 10 years ago, and if it would have been like that, it would have been great. I would have stayed there. And the rent just, went up. And
what kind of income do you have?
I'm on disability. Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
disability right now.
And why is that? How come you're on disability? What do you?
I'm a schizophrenic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a schizophrenic, and I'm really a schizophrenic. And I hurt my back too.
Okay. Are you on medication for the schizophrenia or?
I don't take it because it just drags me down, you know. So I don't like to take the medicine. I just try to deal with it in my own pace, you know, in my own time. And
So how do you deal with the voices then and things?
it became normal. You know, right now, mostly it's thoughts, you know, that, you know, comes through my mind and stuff like that. And, you know, and every day I just tried my best to not go crazy, you know, sometimes, you know, but I hold myself because, you know, I've been like this since I was a little kid. You know, that's, you know, I've been like this and I deal with it. But when I was younger, I was stronger, you know, so my mind was to deal with those, you know, things in my head. And but now, you know, since I'm getting younger,
You're getting younger.
yeah, I am getting younger, and you know, it's a little bit, you know, confusing in my head, but I deal with it the best I can, you know.
So do you have a lot of thoughts about numbers and colors and things like that?
Yeah, all crazy. There's crazy stuff going in my head, you know.
Yeah.
You sit there and study and everything, you know, and I sit there and study, you know, whatever comes to my mind, and why did this happen, and why, you know, this keep coming to my mind since I can just, you know, try to fix it, because if a person is entitled to their own mind, you know, you can fix it, you know, you can do whatever, the person can do whatever they need to do, you know,
So
or less.
When's the last time you had like kind of like a crisis kind of breakdown?
Oh, I
from
have
your
one
schizophrenia?
every day, but I deal with it, you know, I just deal with it. Sometimes it gets out of hand really bad, and, you know, I like don't know what to do, and if I move too fast, you know, without thinking, or I try to think and I can't think, I try to think, you know, I sit around and make up my mind, and then next thing I know, okay, so I'm gonna do, I jump up and I forget something, you know, and I knew that I couldn't forget that because, you know, I had it in my mind. So that's a problem that I have. That's why I have poor judgment.
Right. Right, which usually leads to interactions with law enforcement. Have you had any kind of negative experiences with the police?
Yeah, I have, but I don't care, you know, I mean.
Well, like what kind of stuff have you had?
No, well, you know, sometimes when I'm in a place where I shouldn't be, you know, they ask me to move, or they come by and talk to me, or, you know, sometimes they just come and talk to me and check, you know, whatever. So I just, you know, deal with that problem, you know.
And have you been arrested for these things?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. No.
Have you ever been to jail? Or
Yeah,
prison?
I've been in jail and prison. Yeah.
Yeah, for what kinds of things?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, could understand that.
I'll
But
plead
was
the
it
fifth.
were they things that were kind of, you know, from your mental illness? Because, you know, a lot of people they can't help it at the time when they're having a crisis, you know, from their mental illness. They just can't help it. It's not something they're trying to do on purpose, you know, and a lot of people will try to self-medicate themselves with drinking or some kind of drugs or something like that. So I don't know if you've experienced that.
Yeah, I don't like to use drugs. I have. I was drinking until 2 weeks ago, and I quit because the problem that I have with my van probably could have been avoided if I wasn't drinking. And I really don't like drugs. I am not a drug addict. I do not like drugs. I just, in the past, I hang out with my friends and they drank and smoked. So, you know, I drank and smoked, but I was, you know, I'm the type of person that if I don't have it, I don't need it. And, you know, if I can avoid it, I try to. So
It's understandable.
Yeah.
So how long have you been living out of your van now?
I think it's been like probably about a year and a half to 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Here in Titusville, you've been living out of it, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's wrong with your van?
Right now, well, I got stuck in the river about 2 weeks ago, and I tried to get it out of while I was stuck, and I broke the dry shaft. It's right there.
Oh, okay.
And I broke the dry shaft, and I put a new drive shaft, but now I need the transmission because the transmission went out on it too.
Wow.
So now I need a transmission. So I'm sitting here until I can find a cheap transmission, or
Yeah, how did you get the van here? You drive it here?
Yeah, I towed it over here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I towed it to the mechanic, and the mechanic put a drive shaft in it, but then the transmission is no good, so I have to get transmission.
So you can't drive it at all?
I can drive it, but it won't shift. It won't shift.
So you can only drive it slow?
Yeah, I had to drive it slow, and hopefully that it doesn't really break down, so I don't have. So I'm sitting here for now until, further notice.
Yeah. So how do you get around to wash your clothes? How do you get your food?
Well,
how do you see the doctor if you get sick?
Thank God I washed my clothes before this happened, and I had some wipes in there too. And I wash my clothes because I got a storage down the road here, and I go there and I wash my clothes. This is the working clothes that I use to work on my van, but I got another set there, and I wash it, in a bucket, and But when I need to wash all my clothes, I go to the what is it?
Laundromat?
The laundromat.
Okay.
That. And yeah.
Okay. And you were saying before that your housing was like $345 a month. Was that something that was like government subsidized or something because you had disability, or?
It was a trailer park, and when I moved in there
like a camper trailer park, like people who are camping.
Mobile homes.
Mobile homes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's so confusing about trailers, mobile homes,
right.
RVs. So I think a mobile homes is the one that moved, but they had tires on it, but they took them off, so they just sitting there. It's a trailer park, and it was $345 when I moved in there. So if they kept that, you could get that out of a dumpster, out of the picking up, but yeah, that ran.
So it's hard. So it's hard to find a place that's affordable.
Yeah.
Affordable housing.
I've been trying to find a room.
Have you talked to a social worker? Is there anyone?
I haven't. I haven't, because I like to see if I can get Section 8.
Okay.
Since I'm on disability, I'd probably be able to get Section 8. But
have you filled out the paperwork for that?
I haven't. I tried it sometime. I have tried to, contact them, but it says that the list, they're no longer, they're not, they don't have any openings, like.
Right. They're not taking people for new applications because they don't have any openings, right?
Right.
Yeah, taking new clients. Wow. So have you thought about like what your options really are?
Well, right now, the option would be trying to fix my van and see if I can hang out for for whatever time, and see if I can find a cheap room, with everything included, because
Right. So what do you kind of do all day? You just hang out in the van?
I just sit in my van there, and I play games on my phone, and
so you have
look
phone
at Facebook.
service?
Yeah, I got phone service.
You have internet?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about food? Is food a big...
I got food stamps. Yeah.
Okay, so you have food stamps.
Yeah.
But how about any of the churches or pantries or anything like?
I had no use for them, because either if there is one, I probably go, but I mean, I got a stove in there to cook in, but other than that, I just eat from the gas station.
Right. Wow. Okay. Wow. So it sounds like it's pretty rough, and I know it's been hot lately.
Oh
It's
my
got to
God.
be hot and miserable in this van.
Yeah, at night, thank God, during the daytime, and look, this shade is awesome. This shade right here, it keeps me, the sun away from, but it is warm. And at night, I got a little fan in there, and, after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, it gets, cooler, since it's been raining.
Right.
And, other than that, it is miserable.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
bet.
it is.
I bet.
But,
You're just trying to make the best of it.
yes.
Yeah. And how about any of your family and friends? Any of them know that you're in this
I haven't
situation?
tell them because, they don't bring their problems because they don't have any. But I don't want to bring my problems because I'm the oldest of the family. Mm-hmm. And I'm the only one here. And, it's a shame for me to be like this and them. So I don't think they would mind. Hopefully not. But bringing my shame to them, and I mean, if I call them, they probably.
That's not really something you can help. I don't think this is really a shameful thing. You're on disability. You can't really help that. You can't help your mental illness. I'm sure you don't get a whole lot of money a month. It doesn't seem like a shameful thing to me. Not at all.
Yeah, it is not. I mean, if it comes to worse, like I really, really, really need to, then I will call them. I will call my daughter. I will call my sister. My brother lives far, and I will do that. But right now, I'm dealing with it, and it's stressful from my anxiety. Oh my God, anxiety, and what's the other one? Anxiety and not distress. What is it? Anyway, that the other one too, and I know what it is. It's in here somewhere,
stressful.
running around.
Okay.
And
Could you think of it in Spanish? Would it come easier in Spanish or in English?
destresa and anxiety. I know it, but I can't right now. I can't
Well, that's okay.
remember it. But I remember it later. That's a problem I have.
Right.
That's a big problem.
Yeah, that happens to get a little older.
Yeah, and let me tell you, man, I try to remember things now so they before I do it don't happen. And I'm telling you, something just dreams me out. Like that night I was drinking and I was fine because I usually drink on the weekends, and I sit in my van, I watch a movie, and I go to sleep.
Okay.
That freaking night, I left one time from here to the river to get in the water. I got in the water, I swam. I could have got drowned that night because I was really drunk. But I wasn't drunk when I was in the water.
Right.
See what I'm going through? I wasn't drunk when I was in the water. I was conscious. I went out to the bridge and I went under the water because I wanted to jump from the bridge. Yeah, I wanted to jump. I wanted to jump from that bridge.
You can't do that. You get arrested.
It is. I know. And because I thought about that too. Later, and then that night that I went there, I was in my a parking spot that I like. It has palm trees, and it covers the sun in the morning. So I have slept there before, and everything's fine. I go to sleep, I wake up. That night I wanted to go to the other side of the river. It was like it was planned. I'm telling you. That's what I'm a schizophrenic, but I know I know that had to be planned by somebody because I know that. Seriously, man. And that night I went to the other side and I didn't look because I was drunk too, and I was blinded. I mean, all I can see was that that path, and like everything that I think about when before I drink, just for.
So all rational
right
thought
out of my
went
mind.
out of your mind. All rational thought went out of your mind, and you
All-
started doing crazy things.
Yeah, all rational thoughts went out of my mind. So, and it's not because, like I say, it's not because I was drinking, because some people are going to say, no, because I have drank before, and most of the time, like 100% of the time, I sleep in my van. I just watch TV, watch my favorite show, MacGyver, Magnum PI, Blue Bloods, or if not, if there repeats, I'll get my phone and I watch on Roku, and I watch a movie there, and I just, if I have something to eat, because I eat too, I eat it, and then boom, that night, I know it. I'm glad you came, because I know there's somebody, and I like to catch them. I like to catch them because I know it's somebody doing that to me. I know it. You know, I know it.
So, can we look around? Can we see what it looks
Yeah,
like
if you
in
want to
there?
look at it, yeah.
Will you give us a little tour?
Sure.
Okay, that sounds good.
Should I get in it?
Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. Show us around, David.
Well, this is my 1992 Ford Econoline E150.
92 Ford Econoline.
Ford Econoline E150. That's my bed right there.
Okay.
And that's the TV, and
So all the comforts in home in a Ford van.
yeah, that's why, you know, I want an RB,
Right.
but I couldn't find one. So right now, if I can find an RB, you know, I can trade it or buy it or whatever.
But you need
Hopefully
to get this
cheap.
one fixed first. Is that your biggest need right now? Or do you need clothes? Do you need food? Do you need blankets?
I need my transmission fixed. That's what I need. Yeah.
And did you know that there's a laundry ministry here in town? If you go on Facebook,
laundry?
I think it's called Loads of Love.
Where is it at?
And there's one on Garden Street, another one on Hopkins.
Okay.
And it's a church ministry, and they try to help people with their laundry needs that are homeless.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if I can get there. Right now I'm stuck. I can't move here. I don't want to move her. I don't want to move my van too much. I can drive it, but I don't want to drive it too much because I don't want really.
And you're not being asked to leave? You haven't been asked to leave here lately?
No.
Okay,
They
that's
can't.
good.
Yeah. It's probably, but I don't know how long they're gonna allow me to stay here, because you know that's you know, this is county right here. So the county, you know, I don't know how much they're gonna allow me to stay here.
Right.
But until then, I gotta figure out what I gotta do. So, yeah.
And you do Facebook, you said. You do Facebook. And
yeah.
So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you directly, they could find you on Facebook?
They can find me on Facebook. I was gonna get a channel on YouTube, Nature Man.
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up and nobody has that name. But
now they're gonna steal it. You just said it. Now somebody's gonna take it. I'm joking.
I searched it to see if somebody has it, but so far nobody had it. So, but you know, I was comfortable here, and I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to paint it. You know, I put some, you know, the whole front end is almost new. You know, the tie rods and everything.
Right. Yeah. Let's come out and look it outside.
And you know, I sanded it down, and I put a ladder on it the other day. I was trying to fix this, try to do some bundle here. It came out pretty good, but not as good as I wanted to.
Is it leaking on the inside? Is that why you did that?
Yeah, because the water before it spilled in it, but now it still leaks a little bit. But I can fix it. I think it's through here.
Okay.
And it has 4 brand new tires, and one and the other side broke that night. You gotta put it on YouTube. There's something bad around. And see the back tire?
Yeah.
Now I gotta get a new one. And you know, I was so close to paint it too. You know, I was so close to paint it because my main thing is save money, you know, for the future. And you know, in the future, I look at the ants. Oh my God! Get out!
Bugs are everywhere.
Yeah, the big ones, they crawl in it. They were in the, they crawled through the motor and went in there. I found a few of the big ones. Luckily they don't bite, because if they bite, forget it. So yeah, you know, if this wouldn't happen, I would have had to go through this. You know, I was try to fix it, sell it in the future. You know, it's got a new water pump, new fan clutch, new radiator. You know, it had 4 new tires. These are new right here. The back lights are new too. It's got a radio in it. And you know, I said, well, you know, I fix it, I paint it, and you know, I can sell it in the future, you know, for somebody, because I mean, YouTube, there's a lot of people living in vans, RVs, cars,
Right.
you know, tents, you know, and you know, maybe for somebody in the future, you know, would have been great. And then I move on to get something else, you know, get an RV, or you know, even find a room, you know. And look at that. This happened before my windshield cracked.
Wow.
Can you see that?
Wow. Yes, I can.
Windshield crack. Now don't get scared, people. Whoever it is hiding. He's no, I'm telling you, that's why I'm a schizophrenic,
Well,
but
maybe there was
I'm
a
a
rock
search.
or something from the street.
Yeah, I think this was.
And listen, we're about to wrap this video up. So I wanted to ask you, was there any thing that we missed that you wanted to talk about that you felt was important before we go?
I think that's pretty much it, man.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys can find him on Facebook. Also, I'd like you to join the Homeless on the Space Coast Facebook page, where people can connect with you there. And you guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. And I know it's been a while since I put a video out, and just had some things going on in my personal life. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And as always, may you be just as blessed as you've blessed others. Until next time, thanks for watching.